Who's that on TV? Oh shit, looks like John Wick. Bill and Ted, just Ted. Neo from the Matrix. Who's that? Keanu Reeves.
Hello and welcome to Good Boys Gone Bland, Season 5, Episode 6, The Lake House. I'm your co-host, Denali.
I'm your co-host, Ryan, and it's 2022 where I am. We should probably say what year it is.
I'm your co-host.
Yeah.
I'm your co-host, Jace, and I think unfortunately I'm in 2022 as well.
Okay, you guys are in 2022. I'm going to check my calendar real quick. I am also I am in 2020. So I think we're,
Damn.
I guess we're all good, huh?
We're all in there.
I was hoping this was like,
You guys,
the server or the microphone.
I have like one of those mailboxes that when you put mail in, like it actually, like someone from my year actually gets the mail.
Whoa. Yeah, mine is
kind
the
of
same.
crazy. Yeah,
Mine's the same as this movie, but it's 3 days. I get letters from both 3 days in the past.
I actually had this convo with Amber where it's like, is it even time travel for Keanu Reeves? Because he can just put the mail in the box and it just will sit there for
It's
2
like
years.
normal.
And maybe is Sandra the only one who actually has the time traveling mailbox that goes backwards?
Because eventually it gets taken out from Keanu's perspective.
It does get taken out.
Yeah.
See, the
It would
thing
be
is,
fun
you
if
can-
you just like put
yeah.
shit in there and then
Yeah,
like,
and he leaves it. Yeah.
the mailbox is the only thing in this movie that punctures time. It's like time is normal
we had
here.
We had a very long discussion about that.
The mailbox
Yeah, we're gonna
is the
have to.
straw
Oh, no.
that punctures the space-time
Yeah,
continuum.
Every movie's got to have the fucking pencil and the paper thing. But before we get into time travel dynamics, before we get into the movie, which I know we want to talk about because this movie has some wild ass shit to talk about. In this here. We're on episode 6 of Keanu's Kitchen right now. We're spending all this time.
That is crazy, by the way.
Right? Like
we're breezing through this. This is like the most leisurely stroll through a season we've had so far.
I was going to ask that, Ryan, because this, to me, it seems like this is passed quickly because I just think with Keanu, at least for me, it hasn't gone bland yet. Like, I'm not approaching the blandness. There's a thing we always try to achieve throughout each season by marathoning the movies, where, like, I think just with each of his movies, I think he selects things that are just kind of buck wild. And there's no, like, continuous flavor, I think, between each movie. So I want to get your guys' take on that. Like, how are you feeling this far into Keanu's Kitchen?
From a recording standpoint, I feel like in the last 2 or 3 seasons, we've come to points in the year where we've had to take breaks. And we've been really consistent with Keanu, and he's had so there's that for me. There's that aspect, but also, yeah, I would agree. I'm not blanded out, and maybe honestly, it's because at the very beginning of the season, we got to watch some movies that I really, really, really wanted to watch.
47 Ronin.
Yeah.
Well, actually.
No, I feel that with, like, we're watching The Matrix, we're watching Bill and Ted's, like those are bangers. Even for its flaws, 47 Ronin was a wild ass movie.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy.
I remember a lot of it.
That
It wasn't good, but
that reminds me of like it's kind of like not really like Sahara, because I think Sahara was in its own thing, but Sahara was
darker.
wild. It was wild, and it was really long, and it didn't even have a lot of stuff in it. But we opened with that with Keanu Reeves, and whereas I think the Ben Affleck and the Matthew McConaughey, we I don't know, maybe I didn't know what to expect getting into those guys, but jumping right into 47 Ronin, like a period piece where he like plays this white guy in Japan, and it's like, whoa.
it was a decision.
Yeah.
It's we're making a statement here. We're like, we're not gonna make the easy choices.
Yes.
All right, for Keanu's Kitchen, we're gonna challenge ourselves. We watched the new ass Matrix after the old one, and we also
watched
took
the
the Lake.
Matrix.
We did watch the ass Matrix, the porno parody. You think they would like come up with a more like dominatrix? We talked about this, the dominatrix.
We did talk about this.
Dominatrix Resurrections, like that's already solid.
You said
Bram
something in there
Stoker's
that
Dracula, like that's already, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
we've done a surprising lack of relating these movies to food in the kitchen.
Ooh, yeah, I think
shit.
so. I was gonna bring this up. We because I thought about while watching this movie, The Lake House. I thought about how this is a movie about a house, and we haven't been talking about our house.
Okay. Retroactively, do we want to rename some of these movies with
That's
food
a good
puns?
idea. I think that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 47 Ronin.
Ramen.
47 Ramen. Is that?
Or to say,
it's Japan.
okay, yeah.
Okay, that works. I think, fuck it. I eat ramen all the time.
We
Yeah,
talked
right?
about this with
We
rice
talked about food in that episode. Yeah.
in that episode.
In that episode. It sounds like fucking ramen. It's not ramen. Just not doing it 'cause it's
47 ramen
Yeah,
would be a good throwback
That's
to
a
that.
name. That's
A
good.
Keanu
For a
themed
ramen restaurant.
ramen house.
Well, I don't know
around the
I don't know
movie.
if that's. I don't know if that's. I mean, good from like an appropriation standpoint.
Right.
Well, I mean, the
Yeah,
other
that's right.
it would
Jump on
the
board and
other
immediately say
actors
it's a
would
great
be
idea.
listed higher as the food items, but there would be a Keanu themed dish on there. Yeah.
That would be one Demon Boy half breed dish in there. That's named Keanu
Oh, and it
Reeves.
would be like it'd be a half rice, half soup dish or something crazy.
The thing is guys, 47
Yeah,
Ramen
wild.
is the problem with this is that that's not like an original title. That's it's like a legit story. So
Yeah, that'd be confusing.
99% of people who are going into this restaurant are thinking you're making a joke
Keanu
about
Reeves
the
is
age-old-
47 ramen.
Thank you. There we go.
Yeah.
47 Ramen, Keanu Reeves, 2014. Done. All right. Next movie.
Because it's not like he's trying to distance himself from this movie at all.
No. The Matrix. The Meatrix.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh, I was thinking
barbecue
the
joint.
Matrix, like cereal.
The Matrix.
a cereal? Oh,
And it's numbers and shit.
I'm thinking about restaurants,
that's
but that's
okay.
not necessarily it. It's what's in our kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meat Tricks. Like, I like Meat Tricks. Meat Tricks sounds like a website.
So
Okay. Maybe the second one, The Matrix Resurrections. Meat Tricks.
think
What's Resurrections?
The Matrix is just DoorDash.
Georgia. Yeah.
Get our food
Can we do
digitally.
anything with Resurrections? Meat Tricks Rabbit.
well, this is too out
harder.
there.
This is fucking
yeah,
hard, guys.
okay, never mind.
Next, we keep blow through these.
Sorry, yes
Excellent
and. Yes and, yes and, yes and.
Excellent adventure.
Ice cream,
Bread-
probably, dude.
What? Ice
There's a
cream?
whole ice cream scene in that movie.
Oh, with Napoleon.
Oh yeah. Okay. So.
It's a time travel thing. So it's really just all about freezer burnt food that you find in the very back of the freezer.
And we
Ben
go
and
back
Jerry's
to when
Excellent
it's
Adventure.
not frozen.
Yeah.
So what's it called?
Oh,
Excellent. It's a bunch of eggs.
Eggs. Ben and Jerry's eggs selling. It's the egg flavored ice cream. Ben and Jerry's
It's
eggs.
actually not bad.
if you had a
It's fucking
time,
awful. It's a war crime.
if you had a time machine and like you went into your kitchen, like Ryan, I go to your house right now and I'm like, oh, what was that? It's like 2-week-old leftovers. It's like I was just get caught up, too lazy to throw it away. It's been in the Tupperware. I'd be like, huh,
Hop in
I'll
the
t-
time machine.
I'll take care of that for you.
Oh,
Put it in the
guys,
mailbox.
it's like a micro. Oh my god, it's like a microwave,
Yeah.
but
What?
it's a time machine, and it puts you put the leftovers in it. And the microwave machine, the time machine,
Yeah.
turns back the clock until that thing was hot when you just made it. So it's not leftovers anymore. It's fresh shit.
Oh,
Wow. That's a good.
You
That's a
can
good use
enter
of
in an
time
amount
travel.
of time, and the
that'd be
button-
Yeah.
a really good use
Like,
of time
I'm-
travel.
like it's just a clock, like a calendar. You choose the
Yeah.
date and choose the time, and it reverts to that time, like when this food was prepared.
Okay, wait. This has to be this has to be a focal point of one of the Deli Dudes movies. Because there is so much that could go wrong
That's actually
with
a
the
good
time travel
crossover.
microwave.
Silly Dudes, always fresh, guaranteed.
Always fresh because we have a time traveling microwave.
They could just make 40 sandwiches at the beginning of the week of every single variety, depending on how busy they are. And if somebody comes
Doesn't
and
matter
like,
if they go bad or not.
I want that. You
Doesn't,
just be
doesn't
like-
matter if they don't sell them that day. Oh
Okay.
man! Whoa,
Can I
this
stick
is
a family
actually
member
pretty
in there?
darn good.
And like reverse their death.
"E-
Can I stick a family
Oh,
member?
they
in
were
there?
fresh. Oh, put like a dead animal in
An
a
animal,
box.
a person, and
Yeah.
you'd reverse
It
that and then
really-
turn them back to.
it really
man.
depends on I
That's
think
what the villain
si-
does.
size versus power. Like the villain maybe takes the microwave and he's like, I'm going to make it bigger and use it for real purposes.
Okay,
This
so
guy. This is
the-
pretty much Pet Cemetery.
But with a microwave.
Yeah, micro cemetery.
Are they going to be evil? evil sandwiches?
I mean, they're just reversed. They're just only if your pet sucks back then.
Time Machine Cemetery for pets.
Shit, I forgot I hated this dog.
Dad is better for that dog because he sucked. Okay, next movie. What was the next movie? We did 5 was Dracula?
Dracula. Yeah.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. Bread, supers.
Everything's bread at this point.
We didn't use bread yet. Do we use bread?
Bread and Ted, Bill and Bread.
Bread and Ted, Bill and bread. I thought we used Ben and Jerry. Bill and breads.
Bread bowls. Drool cup.
Dracula.
This
What?
is not easy
Cup?
on the
Okay.
spot.
I don't know any soups that start with D or food.
Druncula. Bread, supers, druncula. It's hard. It's hard. It's a bar. It's a dive bar with bread bowls and soup. Bread, supers, druncula, and it's dragons vampire themed. It's fucking awful.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's just a national tragedy. Graham.
Oh
Graham
yeah,
is
Graham. Yeah, Graham Strokers.
No, Stroker. No, the Strokers isn't in there anymore.
Oh, what's it? What is it called? Stokers?
Yeah, Stoker. Like
Isn't that a
fire
lasagna
stoker.
brand?
Stofers.
Stove. Graham
Stofers.
Stokers.
Stofers. We're almost there.
Draw
Dinner?
lasagna. Lasagna.
Yeah, I think Lasancula actually makes sense. Yeah, we're good at making these names, guys.
That's the best I could do.
We should quit our day jobs.
Okay, the lake house, the bake house. That's not bad.
That's my house.
Actually, this is the microwave. This would be obviously where
This would be the
comes in.
microwave.
Yeah.
It's where all the food, like once you're done with the food, you give them back your poop in a bag. They should put it in the microwave, turn it back into food. Same sandwich every time.
Poop?
You reverse the shit back into sandwich. In the microwave.
I don't. No, it doesn't add matter.
It's a fucking time machine, dude. It defies matter.
You only get the matter that you put into it.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out a way to reuse the same sandwich so we save money.
You could puke it back up.
No, because the customer won't want to do that, but they will definitely at some point.
But they have to bring
Evacuate the
but they have to bring the poop back. They get half
Yeah,
off.
then they get a
It's
discount.
only about half. Yeah, it's only about
Yeah.
half of a sandwich.
It's like a
Yeah.
bottle fee, like with milk bottles. Like you get $2 off. You bring it back.
yeah.
Oh,
And there's like a shit line and there's a food line.
And Michigan gives twice as much as everybody else.
Yeah, that's good. The bakehouse, it's not bad. We know we're gonna do speed next week.
It's just Coke.
Spread? Oh, Coke. Feed. Feed. If anyone stops eating in this restaurant, it'll explode. That's good.
ma'am, you gotta
Keanu
eat
Reeves.
that right now.
Right now, there's less than 45 people eating in here. This place will explode.
I feel like the Keanu's kitchen idea would just be better as a restaurant and have all these have all the dishes just named after
movies.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
You're right.
Keanu, if you want to open a kitchen and want to hire us just as naming dishes, just hit us up.
In
That's
general,
worse than
hype
'cause-
men.
Then 47 ramen really is kind of
Yeah,
more
then it is.
problematic.
We 47 Rolos.
There's
Rolos
40
like
That's a lot
the
of-
candy.
That's-
You
Ooh.
get 47 individual
It's
Rolos.
like-
It's like
Mm.
6
It's like
packs.
$6.
Why would I order this at a restaurant? It's like the samurai movie. Remember the samurai movie? 47 Rolos. 47 Ronos. Anyways, that was funny.
That was great. That was good quality 20 minutes of
See, that-
content.
That's the solid comedy content you get with the GBGBs. To segue,
I want to
On the
die.
spot. If the viewer can't tell, that was
Yeah.
all improv.
that was all improv, baby. None of that was scripted. This is an unscripted podcast, except for this next part, where I figured it's been a while since this movie came out. I figured that it would be right. It's 2006 in their time, and it's 2022 in our time. All right. But back in 2006, this movie won a very important and prestigious award, and that is the Best Kiss Award in the Teen Choice Awards. All right, in 2006.
Oh,
It won this category. It beat out a lot of big heavy hitters for that year. And I just wanted to kind of test your guys' knowledge of 2006 lore and with a little bit of a quiz. I guess this is a quiz heavy season. I've tested you guys a lot this season, and I want to see where we stand, how well you guys remember the year 2006. I think we were about like, what, 11, 12 back then? Just getting to know culture. And to give you an idea, the Lake House beat out Amanda Bynes, Channing Tatum, She's the Man, beat out X-Men: The Last Stand with Hugh Jackman, and Famke Janssen. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Famke Janssen? And Wedding Crashers, Owen Wilson, Rachel McAdams, LL Cool J, Queen Latifah, Last Holiday. Wedding Crashers was huge when it came out. Does it hold up? Who knows? I don't think so.
Probably not. Horrible misogyny.
So with that, I'm going to pitch you guys against each other and see who remembers the most from 2006 culture. This is taking from the 2006 Teen Choice Awards.
Okay, I'm about to say, please make it specific to the Teen Choice Awards.
Can it not be? Is this going to be?
Yes.
Is this going to be multiple choice, or are you going to make us guess blind? And
it would be impossible. Yeah.
No, I like this. We guess if we have a guess, we can get 2 points by guessing.
Oh. Okay, I'll allow that. Before I list out the answers.
But we don't get to do multiple choice after if you elect to do that.
I like it. Ryan, you're hired.
I've been proposing this the entire podcast.
You're hired.
Leave us a comment on Apple Music and Apple Podcasts if you think Ryan has, in fact, ever pitched that idea.
Ryan, you're just salty because Jace has been, he's been sweeping this season. All right. Jace has a couple victories under his belt. He is our current belt holder for our Keanu quizzes. What are we sitting at right now? 3-1? 3-1, Jace?
It's not 3-1. It's 3-2.
Well, Ryan, it's recorded. It's recorded. So the fans can figure it out themselves, okay? But this is your chance to kind of get caught up, okay? If it's 3-2, like you said, this is a chance
let's get on with it.
Okay, let's get on with it. That's what I'm saying.
You're already getting
all right. Okay. So here is the first question, okay? And this is where you can buzz in and say, you know, if you have an answer, okay? First category. 2006, the Choice Action Movie of the Year, okay? Does anyone have a guess before we begin? 2006 is a huge year for movies and TV, like surprisingly huge.
We were 11?
Yes. Or I was. I mean, I think you're born a year before me.
No clue.
I'm going to guess the first new Daniel Craig James Bond.
Oh, that's good. I think
that's a good guess.
Dude, that's a really good guess because I remember exactly where I was when I watched that.
Okay,
I don't think it was in 2006. Shit.
Yeah, I think it wasn't eligible until the next year because of when it came out, because it's not actually on this one. But that is a really good guess. I might have guessed the same thing.
Damn.
Okay, Ryan, I'm going to give you a chance to snatch this point. A, Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest.
Fuck.
B, King Kong. C, Superman Returns. D, V for Vendetta. Or E, X-Men 3, The Last Stand.
So wait, they all came out that... Oh, you don't have to tell me they all came out that year. But
these are all nominees.
Oh, they're all nominees.
Which one won? Yeah. Which one won?
Teen's Choice Award?
Teen Choice Awards Action Movie of the Year.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
For sure.
That is Pirates. Fuck. Pirates 2. Huge movie, 2006. 1 point for Ryan.
Good movie too, man.
It's a fucking great movie. I would love a Pirate season for us to just go through all the Pirates of the Caribbean. That'd be amazing. Okay. Question 2. 1-0 Ryan. Choice Comedy of the Year. Okay. These are all nominees. Does anyone want to take a guess before we do it? Yeah,
I need to hear at least 6 more movie titles to bring myself back to that year.
What came out that year?
That's okay. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna list these fast because there's like 6 of them. So, A, The Benchwarmers. B, The Breakup. C, Click. D, She's the Man. E, Nacho Libre. Or F, Scary Movie 4.
I guess it's gonna be Click.
Okay.
Is it best comedy? Wait, what was that?
Yeah, Comedy of the Year, Best Comedy.
Teen
Choice Awards.
Nacho Libre.
Keep that in mind.
These are all 2005 to 2006 movies.
Yeah, a lot of bangers, right?
What the fuck?
This is like my.
So unfortunately,
me in
the
a
correct
bottle.
answer. The correct answer is D. She's the Man. What? It was a huge movie that year. It's weirdly a huge movie. All right, we're still 1-0 Ryan.
That's was that the soccer movie or the dirt bike movie, or neither of them?
She's the Man. It's a comedy teen sports film. Amanda Bynes, Channing Tatum.
Cheerleading.
No.
Yeah, soccer team. Yeah,
Soccer team.
plays on the soccer team.
She
Okay.
cuts her
You
hair
remember
short.
that
She
shit.
plays on the
Okay, well, Jason, I'm gonna give you half a point for that. So we got 1.5. Next question. Choice summer movie of the year, okay? Does anyone want to take a guess on what the summer movie of the year was?
Oh.
No, I don't think
Summer movie is. I don't even know what that means. I'm not even gonna guess.
It's the like the summer movie. That's like the big summer movie. It's an action drama. It's like
Ones
it's
came out in the summer. I have no fucking clue.
Okay, I'm gonna list the movies then. All right. A, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. B, Lady in the Water. C, Pirates of the Caribbean 2 Dead Man's Chest.
Oh.
D, Miami Vice. E, Superman Returns. Or F, X-Men Last Stand.
I don't think anybody was watching Miami Vice. That's definitely the best movie out of the group. But
Debatable. So wait, I'll let Jace answer
what
this
is
one
debatable
first, 'cause
about that?
you answered first last time.
Fuck, I want it to be Tokyo Drift. I remember the first time I watched that movie.
That movie's awesome.
But I think it's gonna be Pirates of the Caribbean again.
I'm gonna go with Tokyo Drift then.
Okay. The correct answer is Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest.
Go!
We are 1.51 with Jace in the lead. A narrow lead. Ryan, you better start clawing your way back up there. Question 3, 4, I don't know, man. I didn't number these. Movie choice actress for an action or drama, okay? I'm going to run through these. A, Reese Witherspoon with Walk the Line. B, Jessica Alba, who played Susan Storm in Fantastic Four. C, Halle Berry, who played Storm in the X-Men. Keira Knightley, with a double showing, Pride and Prejudice, who played Elizabeth Bennet, and Elizabeth Swann in Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest. Or E, Natalie Portman, played V for Vendetta. And then last, Kerry Russell in Mission Impossible 3 as Lindsay Ferris.
That's such a
Which
good
of
movie.
these? Huge hitters in this category, too.
It's weird that they had Kerry Russell, not Michelle Monaghan.
Yeah, you know. All right, Ryan, I'll let you answer this one first.
I don't think it's gonna be Keira Knightley. I'm gonna go with Nat Poe.
Nat Poe. You don't think they swept? Okay, all right. Jace?
I think they swept. I think everyone was high off their
They swept.
balls on Pirates in 2006.
All right, your vote's Keira Knightley?
Yeah.
All right. You're actually both wrong. It was Reese Witherspoon with Walk the Line playing
What?
June Carter. That's a surprise.
That's
right?
don't even
for a
know
teen
what
choice
movie that
award.
is.
That's a,
Yeah, for a best
about Johnny
movie
Cash.
actress for action drama. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a great movie. It's what Walk Hard was, but like it was parodying Walk the Line.
oh, I was thinking Walk Hard.
Yeah, with that was it Amy Adams in that one? Next question. We are still 1.51. Next question is best chemistry. A.
Oh, can I jump in with a 2-pointer?
Yeah. Please, 2-pointer.
I think it's probably gonna be She's the Man, Amanda Bynes, Channing Tatum.
All right.
Well,
Jace, do you
I
have a
want to
guess?
go with the leads from Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
Keira Knightley
Okay,
and
is that
Legolas.
What's his name?
Legos?
It's not Johnny Depp.
It's Tallahassee Flower.
Wow, that was a good joke.
What? Orlando
Are those
Bloom?
your guys' guess? Are you guessing? Yeah, it is Orlando Bloom. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I want Orlando
Are those your
Bloom.
guys' Hail Mary guesses?
Yeah.
Are you locking in? Okay, you're both wrong.
Damn it.
Best chemistry.
Fuck.
They weren't even. Both of those weren't even nominated. Okay.
What?
Best chemistry was Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn. The breakup.
Oh, come on. That was that year?
That was that year. Nominees, briefly, was Nacho Libre, Jack Black, and Hector Jimenez, and then Superman Returns.
Oh, it's
Click.
like it's not like a.
Oh, I was thinking
It's not like
Boinkin.
I thought it was like a hetero
They're
couple
boinking.
chemistry.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Hector
isn't that
and
what that.
Nacho were not boinking.
Oh, that's true. They had good chemistry though. They did have good.
They did
Yeah,
have
but
great
the best
chemistry,
scenes
but
ended.
And then Adam Sandler, Kate Beckinsale, Click, and then David Spade, John Heder, Rob Schneider, but the Benchwarmers, and Meryl Streep
Yeah, they
and
definitely
Hathaway,
were not
Devil
banging
Wears
in
Prada.
that one.
We're still 1.5 or 1.51, Jace. Next question. Maybe you guys should maybe just see the choices here. Choice TV show animated. Okay, 2006, a huge year for animated TV shows. A, American Dad.
Whoa.
B,
I was-
Boondocks.
I wanted to.
C,
Okay.
Family Guy. D, King of the Hill. E, Simpsons. F, South Park. Sorry, I forgot to let you guys do the Hail
Thank
Mary.
God. I was gonna guess Danny Phantoms.
I was gonna do like Johnny Bravo.
Could you please
I'm way
repeat
off. I didn't
those
know
again?
Boondocks was then.
Okay, American Dad, Boondocks, Family Guy, King of
I
the
want
Hill,
Family Guy.
Simpsons, South Park.
I want Family Guy. Because that's like Family Guy height. Like
We
the
were in
main-
2000.
everybody's
This is in
sharing their
2006.
2006.
videos. Sixth grade, 7th grade.
2006. It is. sorry, Ryan. I'm gonna have to piggyback off your answer, but let me clarify. I'm doing that because I know it's Seth Green or is it Seth MacFarlane?
Both,
MacFarlane.
actually, weirdly enough.
Oh,
Seth Green plays Chris. Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane thinks that the peak of a TV show should be at 7 seasons long, which I just recently read in an article, and it's their like 20th anniversary. So I think you are correct. They were in peak season then.
Okay. So both you guys doing Family Guy?
Yeah.
All right, you are both correct. It was Family Guy that year. Jace, we got 2.5. Ryan, we got 2, neck and neck.
How many
Just
questions?
barely. We're getting there.
I'm
Ryan.
saying this because it's fucked up because he can just choose the same answer as me every time and then guarantee a win.
Okay, we have 1, 2,
We have to
3,
know. We
4.
swap who answers first. You know.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. I want another chance to go.
Okay. We have 5 more
yeah.
questions. We have 5 more questions.
Holy moly!
God. All right. Let's keep going. Okay. Breakout TV show. All right. Any Hail Marys?
These aren't animated show. Oh, it could be both, couldn't it? That's
Anything.
insane.
Breakout TV show premiered this year, in 2006.
Is this one obvious? Like, you think we could
I mean,
get it?
I'm not gonna give hints, dog. What kind of show do you think this is?
I think Jay should guess for it. I just think he should really. I think he should guess.
2006. I'm just thinking about it was probably riding the bus to and from elementary school to 9 and 11.
No, you're Teeland.
11. Oh shit.
You were in middle school.
Oh fuck.
We went to middle school together. That's when we met, Jace.
Yeah. Cursed a lot then, about the same as I do on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't have a guess. I can't
No,
even think of it.
no Hail Marys. It's a good option. All right. No shame in that. Ryan, no Hail Marys.
No.
Okay. A. Everybody hates Chris. B. Ghost Whisperer. C. Prison Break. D. Supernatural. E. Yo Mama. F. So You Think You Could Dance. All these was like my afternoon watching shit in summer of 06. I forgot about Ghost Whisperer, man. Okay. Who's going to answer? Jace, answer this first.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
going
Jace,
to go with So You Think You Can Dance because Yuri loves that shit, I think. Oh, wait, no, that's Dance. Wait, is So You Think You Can Dance with the professionals and then the famous
No,
people?
that's Dancing
I
with
think
the
that's
Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Yeah,
Oh,
there's a lot of dance
shit,
shows.
fuck. Okay, I locked in. It's fine.
Prison Break. Prison Break. I'm
I
gonna
think
put
it's
Prison Break.
Supernatural, but
Jace, what's your choice?
Dancing with the...
You're letting him switch?
Okay.
No, I'm just
The
sticking
correct
with-
answer is So You Think You Can Dance. Jace gets it.
Fucked!
Excuse me.
As noble and honorable in victory as he is in loss, we got 3.52. This half point stuff's hard for me, man. I'm not good at these math stuff. So you think you can dance? Breakout TV show of that year. Next, choice male hottie. All right, choice male hottie of the
I'm
year.
gonna jump in.
Ryan, go ahead.
CT, my boy, Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Okay.
Possible
Jace, you have a choice.
future subject.
Ooh, that would be so tight. Okay, Jace, do you have a Hail Mary? Do you want to wait for the questions?
I'll wait.
Alrighty. Channing Tatum, unfortunately, is not one of the nominees for Choice Male Hottie. So the choices are A. Chris Brown, B. Orlando Bloom, C. Justin Timberlake, D. Chad Michael Murray, E. Wentworth Miller, or F. Nick Lachey? I think it's
Lachey.
Lachey. Thank you, Lachey. Nick Lachey.
I think it's probably.
I
Chad
don't
Michael
know
Murray,
any of
honestly.
those except Orlando Bloom, so
I
I'm
think the
gonna go
best
with
guess would
Orlando
be Chad
Bloom.
Michael Murray.
Your guess is Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
And looks like that is the correct answer. Orlando Bloom coming off the victory of Pirates. Pirates had a near sweep here. So Jace is 4.53. No, 4.52. Math is so hard. So these next ones are going to be worth I don't know, 5 points each. Next question. This one's going to be big, guys. This is going to be a hard one. All right. Choice Summer Song 2006. Okay.
Oh no,
We're gonna
I don't
get
have
some
a guess. I don't
certified
have a guess.
slappers in here. Okay. Do you guys have any Hail Marys here you want to throw down? This will be worth 10 points if you get this. No,
I
100 points. I'll give 100 points to whoever gets this.
Wait, okay. If that stake is real, then let me think about this for a minute. 2006. What was I doing?
I'm gonna go with. I think this is too late. I'm gonna go. Oh fuck! I think that was a year earlier.
Yeah, because Jace can take the risk. He can risk his points a little bit to just cinch a huge. If he gets this dude,
I'm in the wrong year. I am. Well, I maybe a cursory question. If you don't want to answer it, you don't have to.
Mhm.
Do you remember what year we went down to the Sea Life Center? I think it was in elementary school.
Wait, that's not
fifth grade.
That was 5th grade?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not going to be American Idiot by Green Day.
No, I don't think so. I think that's earlier.
That's earlier. Yeah. Okay. So no guess. No Hail Mary.
No Hail Marys. Ryan, do you want to make a try for it?
No, I'm going to Disneyland that year, but that's all I remember.
Okay. I'm going to raise the stakes to 1 million points.
Not worth.
Now, does anyone have any Hail Marys?
It's not about the money. It's about the friends you make along the way.
I'm going to raise the stakes to 100 trillion points. And you win the next quiz.
The summer song of the year.
You've actually tangled me.
You can't don't stop typing. No, I fucking see that. You can't look it up.
Trace, you started looking at one specific spot on your computer.
Which is funny because it's your face.
Okay, I'm gonna list them out.
Wait. The Bionicles was big that year.
That's true.
I think.
And then I remember going to Pennsylvania in that summer, and I feel like it could have been
metal straw just.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not Evanescence. It's
we gotta be careful of DMCA on this one. Because when I list them, you guys are gonna want to sing all of them.
Oh man.
100 trillion points. It'll be the biggest blowout in GBGB history by several orders of magnitude. All right, I'm gonna give you guys like 5 more.
No, let's do them. Let's just do multiple choice. Let's do it.
Multiple choice. A. Ain't No Other Man by Christina Aguilera. B. Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. C. Hips Don't Lie by Shakira. D. Ridin' by Chamillionaire. Chamillionaire?
A millionaire.
E. Promiscuous.
Wait, Ridin' or Ride It?
Ridin'.
I'm not gonna sing it. They see me rolling. They hating. Yeah. And then F. Unfaithful Rihanna.
I don't know that.
Ryan, I'll let you answer
dude,
first.
that's like banger to banger to banger.
Yeah, banger
that's like my wedding
banger.
playlist. That's like
Absolutely.
I don't think it was. Wait, Promiscuous
By Nelly Furtado. Yeah.
Okay,
And Timbaland, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Who's first?
You are, Ryan.
I'm gonna go with Crazy.
Crazy. Gnarls Barkley.
I remember
Jace?
Gnarls Barkley performing that all over the place.
I'm going with Ridin' because it's the only one of these that I know was parodied by Weird Al. And that seems like pretty big.
White and Nerdy, right? Weird Al.
Yeah.
06. The correct answer is E. Promiscuous.
Really?
Nelly Furtado. Choice summer song. All right, 4.52. But remember, these are worth 3 points each. Now, actually,
Five.
now they're 5. Okay. So next question: choice
This is
music
the most
male artist.
podunk shit.
Okay. Choice music male artist. A. Jack Johnson. B. T.I. C. Kanye West. D. Daddy Yankee. E. James Blunt. Or F. Chris Brown.
James Blunt Bonfire Heart?
James Blunt is a
That's a real
Clever
guy?
DM's fame. Yes.
He's a real person.
He is a real person. I think that's why Cleverbot gave him his name. But I think before he became an actor and acted in our DM thing, he was a musician. Jace, I'll let you answer first.
I don't, one, I already forgot the list. Two, I don't know if actual teenagers voted on this or adults voted on these pretending to be teenagers.
It was teenagers through MySpace and Teen Magazine, and then there was like a Teen Scene, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there was a couple online polls. So
If it's through a magazine, it's not teens. It's like 30-year-old dudes.
Yeah, for sure. I already forgot the names. I'm gonna go with Kanye because of MySpace.
So I don't think it's Kanye because I don't think he had an album there. I think it was 2004.
Mm-hmm.
In 2006, he had albums. So I'm gonna go with T.I.
is that your answers?
Yeah.
Fuck, it's probably. What? Good.
Correct answer is E. James Blunt. Choice music male artist. Our own James Blunt won that year. We're on to our final
I
question.
don't know what to do with this information. I'm gonna Google
James Blunt. Check him out. Maybe we should check him out, man.
Blunt hot or was his music good?
Is he? I think maybe they liked his
This took
music,
a
man.
half an I is bit. Wow.
James
Okay,
Blunt
I know,
is
but,
ugly.
like, wow,
Oh,
don't
who is
fucking
this guy?
dunk on James Blunt.
Jesus Christ! I should have looked him up before we had him in the bit.
Is he from the UK?
I think he's James Blunt. Definitely sounds like he's from the UK.
Oh God, it's even
Former
worse.
reconnaissance officer in the Lifeguards Regiment of the British Army. He
That's
served
pretty
under
sick.
NATO in the 1999 Kosovo War.
Holy shit,
What the?
James. It was a big get for us to get him on a Cleverbot DMs.
I really should have looked him up. I thought it was funny because his name was Blunt. Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves crossover vibes. Can I send you guys this link?
He, yes.
Oh, not save image ads. No, please, God.
We have one
Okay,
more
okay,
question.
okay. Give me an easy one.
All right, we
So
got
I
one
can
more
win.
question. This is something close to my heart because I love the rock music of this era. This is Choice Rock Group. This group also played the Teen Choice Awards in 2006, if that's a hint at all, for those of you who watch these regularly. Now, does anyone want to make a Hail Mary here?
My Chemical Romance.
Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
All right. Final answers? Ryan, it is Fall Out Boy.
How many points did we make that worth?
Choice Rock. I guess I didn't say. I guess I'll make it half a point just because.
Are you kidding me? No. It's enough to win.
Okay, it's enough to win. It's enough to win. I'll probably 10 points. So Ryan, you got 14 to Jason's 4 points.
Oh,
You did a big. It was a big reach. Okay.
He got
Fall Out Boy
12 to
popped
my
into my brain.
14.5. Okay, point diff
It
matters.
popped in my brain a quarter of a second before I said it.
Yeah, that was a huge swing. I respect a huge swing. Fall Out Boy
Dang.
won Choice Rock Group over All American Rejects. JC mentioned Bionicle earlier. They did play Move Along in one of the Bionicle commercials.
Yeah.
See Arctic Monkeys,
know that.
Foo Fighters, Hoobastank, and Red Hot Chili Peppers, who released Stadium Arcadium.
That was actually
slapper.
I could not remember the name, but that was the song that I was thinking of. That's like in my head from that summer.
Was that when they released the Baraka? Is that was that the Bionicles?
Those are the ones with the head that shoots forward.
That
look like
Those are
chickens?
the no. Those are the Borak. No, these were from these were the Inika that came out with the Toa Inika.
This can't stay in.
2006.
We're losing
Are we?
everybody.
You think we're narrow casting?
Everybody's turn. Yeah, everybody.
Everyone knows Bionicle. We're not narrow casting.
Yeah, everybody's turned this episode off.
Okay. Well, congratulations, Ryan. Way to poop on your own ceremony.
I was talking about the Bionicle shit.
That's the last time I help you out in one of these quizzes. Okay. Congratulations,
I did
Ryan.
about Bionicles because my brother stole one of my Bionicles when I was a kid and told my mom that it was his, but it was
Oh.
mine.
Man, which one was it?
I don't remember.
Was it one of the Toa Nuva? That was like one of my favorites.
Well,
the Toa
right, we
Nuvas.
had like the green one and the blue one.
Okay.
I think I had the blue one, and my brother was like, that one's pretty cool. I'm gonna take it and tell my
Tahu
mom.
and Liwa. For the
Yeah,
Toa.
some Tahu or something. Yeah.
Tahu. Yeah, Tahu is so tight. Yeah.
Everyone, welcome to Pointless Memories that we don't know why Denali has memorized in his brain, including
You guys-
the names of the
I've always-
Bionicles.
We've always gone Bionicle.
I just want to do a soft
Ooh.
rollout of our Bionicle sub podcast where we just talk about Bionicles. I fucking love Bionicles.
Is the Bionicle lore still
Yeah.
being updated?
I heard it discontinued because like early on they had a really thick lore, and then recently they kind of like pared it back a little bit
Guys,
just to make more toys.
Can we stop talking about Bionicles?
No,
Okay, well,
because it's
listen.
very important that one of us sends a letter to our past selves in 2010 when Bionicle was discontinued to not
Yes.
let it happen.
Well, actually, you know what? That might be useful because, like, unlike the Beanie Baby thing, Bionicle's
Yeah.
like a mint condition Bionicle right now can probably hit it on eBay.
Yeah, I had two really nice condition Toas that I gave away like recently, so I'm like pretty bummed still. But there's 452 total sets. It discontinued in 2016.
Wow.
Well, I was thinking there was like 8.
Right? Yeah. No. They kept updating them all the way through, but they did discontinue them. Yeah.
No wonder. That's like,
I mean, they're fucking great, dude. They had their own. They like did a crossover with Spider-Man. You know, they had a bunch of
missed that
TV
one.
shows. Yeah, it was sick.
I've watched 5 Spider-Man movies in the last week.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Bionicle movies because we can do a Bionicle season. There's like 10 Bionicle movies.
That would be so fun.
There's
You
some
guys wanna do a
interesting.
Bionicle season?
Yeah, I'd be down with it. They have a few movies.
But honestly, the Bionicle season is gonna infringe on one of my pitches. If I pitch Bionicles and my next pitch, then
what in God's name are you pitching that's going to overlap with the Bionicle season? Who's the cast of the Bionicle movie? Okay, let's guys, we got to review Lake House. People are wondering what we think of the Lake House.
Oh, yeah.
We should review the Lake. Okay, Jace, I think you have the synopsis for the Lake House.
Okay. We'll get right into it then.
Did you need a moment?
Fuck no.
Okay. That was aggressive.
Because I sent a letter to myself 2 years from now that said, on this day, you're going to have to review the Lake House.
Wow. You sent yourself a letter? You didn't say anything else. No stocks, horse race results.
Knew that.
No, there was none of that. Just like there wasn't any of that in this movie, which is a mistake. The Lake House stars our boy, Keanu Reeves, who is an architect. He's the son of a very famous Chicago architect. And he's doing box houses, basically. He's doing cookie cutter box houses in Chicago suburbs, which his dad is really disappointed in. And I think at some point he needs to get away, and he goes to live in what is the Lake House, the house that his father built for his mother before the
He's a lake house.
And then Sandra Bullock had been living in the house and left a letter to the next tenant in the mailbox, which Keanu Reeves opens up and he gets, and he's a bit confused. And he's like, "Oh, what are you talking about? I live here. Nobody's been living in this house for years," because she apologized for the dog paw prints. And really,
I mean, you're like 90% of the way there.
Really, we're just then we're taking through the rest of the movie. We find out that Sandra Bullock is in the timeline 2 years in front of Keanu Reeves, and in 2006, Keanu Reeves is in 2004. They exchange notes through the mailbox. I thought at some point that this movie was the time traveler's wife. I don't know. I'm kind of confused. I've never seen that movie either. I hadn't seen this one before. They have the same dog. She cheats on her boyfriend.
Really painting a picture of this whole movie.
And then she saves him by sending a note back in time through the mailbox after she's ignored him for 2 years, because she realizes that he dies by getting hit horrifically by a bus in front of her at the start of the movie. And then they live happily ever after. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, that was solid.
That's fine. And the funny thing is like that's all you can do without like realizing that you're talking like nonsense, because this movie is not. This is the first thought I want about this movie put out there. Like, this is not a time travel movie. This is a romantic.
It is
rom-com. A rom-com.
But there is a time travel. There is a fourth-dimensional mailbox.
Right. There's time traveling in the movie, but it's not a time travel movie, because it's not like Back to the Future or like a movie or like Looper, where there's like time travel is used to thwart things, and time
travel is used to facilitate a romantic relationship. Just because they're smooching.
The plot of the movie really would not be all that different if it was just pen pals.
No, because you can't pen pal in the future.
Right. But if she was just like, "Oh, I'm going to this party on this day, haha," and he like showed up and was like, "Oh, can I come to this party?" and then they end up smooching and stuff, it would not be that different of a movie. Like, the plot would still be exactly the same.
The whole plot is about time travel. Like, because the whole concept is that she is in the future and he's in the past, and they can't be together, and it's all of the wacky hijinks.
If you had the same thing, but it was just distance and not time.
Boring. It's got to be space and time. It's part of the drama, and that's space. Also
it's just time.
Yeah. By the way, this movie was like 47 Ronin, where they botched it and did it, the English version.
Yes.
This is a remake of a Korean film that was probably better to begin with.
I did see both films originally when I was not recently, but when this movie came out, like when I was like 12 or 13. My parents rented both movies from Blockbuster. And I watched it with both of them. So I watched Il Mare, which is the original Korean movie. It stars Lee Jong-jae, who is actually in Squid
I love
Game.
that
He's
guy.
the lead protagonist in Squid Game.
Oh,
He's
I
the
do
main
love that guy.
I love that guy.
And so he was in the original film, Il Mare. And I remember at the time, and this, this is my 13-year-old brain, not fully developed. But I did think that the Korean version was better at the time. That's no favoritism. I was prepared to like the Keanu one better. A little bit different. It was 2000. This is redone in 2006. Pretty big hit when it came out. I think it got like 114 million box office.
I saw it with my family. And I have some very early memories like that I attribute to this movie. Like, you guys know the cliche, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones and shouldn't dress naked and walk around and stuff. Whenever I think of that cliche or somebody says it, I think of this house. Like, this house is what appears in my brain as like a person in a glass house.
Yeah.
Because the house is made of glass and it's just chilling on a lake. It's cold AF.
It's a cool design. I heard they built it for the movie specifically.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've got stuff to talk about. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I thought it was like 20 years, and it wasn't revealed that it was time travel until the very end. I thought it was like because during this time in the aughts, there was a bunch of movies that come out that were like twist endings. And every time I watched a movie, I tried to find like, oh, what's the super secret meaning in the movie, and like, what are they going to reveal at the end? Everything was going to be Bruce Willis, and like this movie. I watched this movie then, so it must have this sort of ending, and it just sort of they figured it out like immediately.
Yeah. Did you guys predict the ending when you saw? Or I know it's hard to tell if you've rewatched it.
So the problem is that I think you guys will maybe sort of agree, but the ending is spoiled if you know what the back of Keanu Reeves looks like.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Because we see him die.
We see him face down on the pavement, and they're like, "Oh, a mystery man died." Anyways, and it's like, that's so Keanu Reeves' body.
You might be able to fool me if I didn't know he was in this movie.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't happen, right? Because they break the rules.
Yeah, they reverse Donnie Darko it.
Spoilers. And this is actually where I had a total out of body.
Spoilers for both Donnie Darko.
We've said that so many times for a movie, and I don't think it's ever affected me like you saying it just now. Spoilers for the Lake House.
Spoilers for the Lake House. The thing is, I had a full.
Anybody gives a shit.
I had a full out of body experience when this movie finished, where Keanu ends up okay at the end because she sends the letter. Because I have a full memory of both Il Mare and this movie being that Keanu dies at the end, and I remember being disturbed all the way until now about this movie. I got lake housed. I got Mandela affected.
Someone went back in time and changed this movie so that you would have this opinion, so that in the future you do something.
Yes.
That's important. If you had the memory of him dying, there's going to be some part where you like look both ways before you cross the street.
Whoa.
Right in the future, and then you like don't die.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, because
you got Terminator, dude. You got Terminator.
I got bootstrapped. Yeah, this movie was almost the longest look both ways for crossing the street PSA, and I was actually whispering to Amber because she remembers the same thing. She remembers Keanu dying in this movie, and we were like, "Oh, here it comes. He's gonna take a step because he's not gonna look both ways and get like pile drived by a bus," and it doesn't happen. And then I'm looking it up.
Purple.
What?
Are you thinking of the color purple?
I've never seen it, but I looked it up online, and like, there's multiple people who think Keanu died at the end of this movie.
Oh, there is a Mandela effect to it?
Yeah, there is. And
you're
people
probably
are like,
thinking about that because Keanu does die in this movie.
But not really. But I remember at the end,
this is the beginning of the movie.
I like cried when I first saw this when I was like a little kid because I was so disturbed.
Dude, was the ending very clear? Because I'm thinking about it, and I'm just thinking about the scene being kind of confusing because he stops before the street as if he knows that he's not going to get hit. And then there's one more short scene, and then it's cut to black.
Well, no, because he shows up. He waits from that point where he doesn't cross the street. He waits 2 years until he knows that Sandra was at the mailbox Valentine's Day 2008 to send him the letter. Because he doesn't cross the street. He goes home and he reads the letter.
Yeah. And can I ask a mechanics question real quick here? And this may not matter.
It's called a transmission.
he goes back. He asks his friend. He's like, "What's the date?" It's Valentine's Day, 2006, or whatever. And so he's like, "Oh, I know Sandra Bullock's gonna be on the square, right? Because she had told me that she watched a guy die there." So he rushes, but then before going there, he goes and visits the lake house where they no longer lives in to get her letter, right?
Yeah.
So why did he go to the lake house?
He doesn't remember exactly when and where.
Okay.
I mean,
so
he read this letter 2 years ago.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, I remember literally the exact square at literally the exact time.
Mm-hmm.
He's remembering, oh, that's right. I remember her writing a letter about where she was on Valentine's Day.
Okay, so he went back to the mailbox just to kind of check because he's kind of like,
I think just to go get the letter.
Yeah, he had letters stored somewhere in the house, right?
He stored them all in the attic.
I know, but he checks the mailbox to get the new letter from Sandra Bullock, who's warning him.
He was probably just hoping.
That's the most recent.
Because he had stopped sending them, right? Because she wasn't responding.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
right.
get kind of confused.
Letter.
I thought like he met her in like 2010 because he put a
Oh no.
I thought he didn't get the letter.
I can accept that he went back and just wanted to check because he vaguely remembers that, and then he gets the letter.
I thought he didn't get the letter. I thought he didn't get the new letter telling him not to go.
And how come he didn't get hit by the bus?
Because he makes the right choice.
Well, because he has the letter in his hand before he crosses.
I thought he had the one telling him where she was.
That would be so annoying if they did the exposition of her freaking out because she realized that he was the person who died on the bus and ran up to the mailbox to deliver the letter. And then he did the whole searching for the letter and then didn't get it and got hit by the bus. I think I would have been pretty pissed off. Would have been upset.
Yeah, that's what I thought the ending. But he got her letter in time. It says that in the plot.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Alex had picked up her note and then he knows what to do basically.
Dodge the double-decker.
He dodged the double-decker bus.
So I have a question, just really quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
There was the switch from. Did she cheat on her boyfriend twice because Keanu Reeves didn't show up for dinner and then she started dating the guy again and then she found out that he died on a specific day and then she went back to the lake house and was like, wait, don't die.
Yeah, this dude keeps getting dragged around.
Like,
and then
Morgan,
we know that whatever happens in linear time and in Keanu's time affects the future, and it's really just the paper. It's literally just the mailbox.
Well, there's inconsistent time travel rules in this movie. I think we can go. We don't have to go into that because it's just like it's not consistent.
Exactly. So it's not a time travel movie.
It's a mailbox dog movie.
I agree. Literally, it's a time travel movie. But the time travel is not the important part of the movie. The important part is the love story.
You just don't like it because there's smooching. There's not enough action.
The lake house. It's not called the magical time traveling mailbox. It's called the lake house.
300 was good not because of the Spartans, but because of the sex scene.
It's a sex movie.
Little column B.
Man, that Morgan guy really got.
Totally joked around.
It would be easier if he wasn't just such a milquetoast piece of shit. Like I wish he was a little more likable, a little bit to make him more complex. Yeah. And like he was just such a dickhead. Like I hated him so much on this, on the screen. He just keeps getting tossed aside. And he's like, "Oh, I forgot your Valentine's Day gift again. Sorry, I suck so bad." And it was just, I did not like Morgan. Sorry, Ryan, what were you saying?
Ryan, you had something?
I was going to go on an entirely right angle tangent.
Okay, yeah, please.
This is going to harken back to our horror season with a little bit of Ryan's supernatural corner. Do you guys know about this place in real life? I read on IMDb that they were like, oh, this lake is apparently haunted. So I do my supernatural Googling and came up with some interesting stuff that I think maybe might be a novel approach to the phenomenon. If you don't mind indulging me.
Please.
So this house, it was a set. Okay. And it wasn't a real house. It was built on a lake called Maple Lake. It's pretty much in Chicago. People from Chicago are like, that's not in Chicago. But like from our perspective, it's in Chicago. Right. It's in southwest Chicago by like Oaklawn and all that stuff. There's a big park, multiple parks that are kind of like combined. And there's like Red Gate Woods, blanky woods and all that stuff. Well, Maple Lake is the one lake in that giant nature preserve, essentially. And people say that at night, sometimes you can see strange, unexplainable lights floating over Maple Lake.
Swamp gas.
Swamp gas. Swamp gas. We just said it.
Well, right. That's totally fine.
Sure.
Over Maple Lake, and they go into the woods and disappear. Now, let's not get into that too much right now.
Those are the letters traveling through time.
Well, yeah.
Bubbles with the letters in them.
Yeah. So that's kind of like, okay, whatever. Like 90% of lakes in Minnesota have that same story, you know, like, but it's actually kind of specific to this one lake.
Okay.
And the lake is very close to a road called Archer Road. Yes, Jace.
Is that where all the kids smoke weed in the ritzy neighborhood next to this park? Is it at this lake? Do we know?
Honestly, but no. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's keep going. So it's very near a road called Archer Road that kind of borders one edge of the park. Okay. That road is apparently the most haunted road in America.
Oh. Yeah.
There's like over 10 different haunted phenomena, if you want to call it that way, on this road. Going way back from like Al Capone's, one of his speakeasies was on this road. So there's like a bunch of victims who show up as ghosts. And there's one of the biggest like cemeteries in the entire area.
Oh, man.
Borders this road. And there's one woman who, her name's Mary, and she's like one of the first like hitchhiker ghosts that there's ever been. And she's like super famous, where she's like, I need to ride home from my party, and she gets in her car and then she just fucking vanishes, like peace out, like that meme.
Wow.
And yeah, so all this stuff happens, and there's like these ghouls that like are like bleeding, they don't have any skin, and they run out of the woods and like attack people. There's like
Jesus Christ. What the hell?
there's a headless horseman myth in this woods as well. And
yeah,
it's kind of interesting. So then at the bottom of the list, they're like, oh, also like Maple Lake is totally fucking haunted all the time. Like we see these lights, and there's like other lakes, and they don't see the lights in those other lakes. So I did some more Googling.
Okay.
And it turns out, I am not joking, this is fact, that the Manhattan Project achieved the world's first nuclear fusion in Chicago. In downtown Chicago.
Okay.
It was called Chicago Pile 1, CP1. Then they were like, it's probably not a good job to do this right in downtown, and like the third biggest city in the country. At that time, it was like the second biggest. So they moved it slightly outside of town to Redgate Woods.
Oh my God.
Right across from like Maple Lake. I'm not joking. And they built it bigger, and they called it CP2, Chicago Pile 2. And they ran it for a certain number of time.
Okay.
And then they buried it on site.
Smart.
And that's not smart, because it irradiates everything, and it's in Chicago. So that park was irradiated. And they had to, like, later when they learned science, they had to come back and like take all the dirt and like put it to a nuclear dump. Like I'm 100% serious. This actually happened.
So you think the radiation leached into the cemetery and brought everyone back to life?
Well, no. I'm going a little bit.
The
So,
mailbox was buried in time travel dirt.
Well, no. Okay, so there's
So we can poop in the dirt and it gets sent to the future.
We gotta let.
seriously.
Okay, right,
there's-
go ahead.
Now, I'm not saying I espouse any of these beliefs, but there's a common belief among UFO conspiracy theorists that say that
UFO scientists.
UFO sightings are very common, or more common, around nuclear sites across the world than anywhere else. Like almost every single nuclear reactor, yada 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 site is known as some sort of UFO hotspot. That's the theory about that these people espouse. I'm not saying that's necessarily true.
Fine. Or yeah.
But there is an easy way to link this. Unexplainable lights, haunted place. We got some radiation.
Okay.
Like, I think the UFO connection is not nearly talked about enough when people mention that this place is haunted. Like, nobody put two and two together when I did any of my Googling, my haunted Googling.
Okay. What are you getting at? Yeah.
I'm really excited, and I put that together. Like, I'm like legit excited. Like, that's like, I feel like that's a cool thing.
Wait, so state your hypothesis. What's your...
that's it. I think he's just happy that he...
that phenomenon probably goes hand in hand with the reported UFO phenomenon that they are attracted to nuclear activity.
So your thesis is aliens.
Yeah.
Like,
wait. So it was just some aliens that really wanted Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock to be together.
Mm-hmm.
It's alien shit.
It's alien shit. It's all alien shit. Wow, right? That is so fucking buck wild. And halfway through, I was like, "Wow, this is great content for a late."
It's not a bit either.
No,
I'm not joking.
It's crazy.
I'm not. There's no punchline to this. I'm sorry, listeners. There's no punchline to this story. But like, that's what I did at work this week.
Okay, so the lake house, because I was trying to form the mailbox theory around your.
I'm not even linking this to the movie at all. Like, you can take the time travel aspect from the movie and we can make some joke or we want to rope it in. The reason I'm bringing this up, this could be a movie about anything. This could be like the Wedding Crashers or whatever, and I would still bring it up.
This area certainly has some kind of conspiratorial mystical property.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the irradiated soil and the ghosts and shit. Maybe the ghosts are alien holograms. Who knows? I'm not saying it. And so maybe the aliens, maybe they left a tesseract in the area where the mailbox was posted.
On accident, on
accident.
Like
maybe
you finish chewing your gum and
you
something.
Yeah, exactly. They chew tesseracts as food and they spit it out of their UFO vehicle, and then the guy builds a mailbox on top of it. Boom, time travel mailbox.
We have a sequel on our hands.
It's like when the planes accidentally leak and the pea sickles shoot down, except it was alien shit and it turned into a mailbox.
Wait, did you say peace? Sorry.
Let's planes sometimes leak their bathroom stuff and it freezes on the way down. It's like blue rain.
And I think it killed somebody once.
What?
And Joe Dirt.
Okay. I remember that Joe Dirt. Surely that's.
No. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna say like Keanu Reeves' dad
must be also in the Red Gate Woods.
Okay, there you go. Keanu Reeves' dad must be a great architect if he made a fourth dimensional mailbox. Like I was gonna think he was gonna insert a throwaway line of like, oh yeah, then I made it out of the metal of the Large Hadron Collider or something.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Right. Ooh. Yeah, and he never really. I thought his dad would just say something, a throwaway line, even if it was just something like, "I put a little bit of your dead mother, like as a memory, like her name."
Are we sure the dog isn't the alien?
Okay.
The dog is highly suspect.
The dog senses time travel too, because he barks at the mailbox.
He's
teleports.
Suspect number one.
Yeah, I would say the dog has some kind of weird property, because the dog belongs to both of them. Keanu Reeves at some point willfully gives him away.
Yeah, but okay. Can you answer this? Riddle me this, Riddler. How does Keanu Reeves get the dog?
He just shows up. Remember, he was working on the deck, and the dog literally just shows up and then walks on it. Right. Me
and Julie didn't remember that, so.
Yeah, I think
because Julie was like, "Did she not know its own dog's name?" Because she tells him the name.
You guys, I mean, this I don't want to belabor this because this joke's been made a million times, but you guys think
penis in the mailbox?
Maybe penis in the. You guys think, or like, is that
okay? That's the easy part of that equation.
Okay, that's a stool just to make it line up. Okay,
no,
compromise.
I'm saying like, how do you put the other part in the mailbox?
Yeah, stool.
I think you close the mailbox and cut a small hole in it, and then raise the flag up, and then it gets delivered.
Yeah. Oh, but then
the other thing get delivered?
Yeah. It's gonna get cut off. It's gonna get cut off.
Yeah. How does the other part?
She's got to put it back really carefully.
Okay. It's compromise. Because if it has to be shut, it's impossible. Mechanics, all right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to get blue. We're not a blue podcast, but they do make like dildo sex toys out of molds, out of real members. He could make a mold and send it.
Mm-hmm. You could also do this in real life. Just put it someplace and have it wait there for 2 years.
You can just.
And then 2 years later, you tell somebody, "Hey, I have this."
It's buried. It's buried in front of the house.
Time capsule.
I love you, and I knew it then, but I hadn't met you. So I made a copy of my member, and I buried it in the park. And I want you to go dig it up.
I don't know.
Since you just send it to the mailbox, so it's not 2 years old. Buried.
Just do it right now.
Okay, at least this should have been discussed. at some point because they're talking. There's romantic.
We
the
need to go
writing's hot,
into
you
what
know?
should have been discussed. Can we go into that? Because I know Jace wants to talk about this.
Okay.
About what?
So my beef with this movie is that you give a time traveling mailbox to the two people who have zero interest in taking advantage of time travel.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
at the
yeah.
beginning of the movie, there's like, oh, I'm in the future. Oh, I'm in the past. Okay, cool. End of discussion.
What do
They
you
start
look like?
falling in love.
the first thing they
and-
ask is, "Are you single?"
Well, I know it's not like, okay, who wins the freaking Super Bowl?
Yeah, split the earnings. Like she can load him up with all this stuff.
It's
and he can
literally a
just
money
split it.
printer. Like,
Yeah. Maybe that's why they were chosen to have the time travel
Oh,
because they wouldn't.
it's so annoying. Like, make a line, be like, oh no, that's okay. That's not right. That could have complications. But they like, oh man, you
Well,
know what would
doesn't.
suck? You know what would suck?
Yeah.
It's to be chosen for a time traveling mailbox by some outer space being or whatever. I don't know where God is, but
Sure.
probably in space. And
Alien.
be chosen for it and have the person on the other side be totally not interested in time travel. Like, you know how much it would piss me off? It's like, if there's some normie on the other side, I can only time travel talk to one other person in the entire universe, and it's some dweeb who doesn't even give a fuck about the idea of time travel. I would be like, every day I would be brainstorming ways to like do interesting stuff with this and like talk about the future and stuff. Instead, they're like, I'm gonna plant a tree so that you can see it later. By the way, you better tell her not to be standing there.
Oh yeah.
Because that tree just shoots up, dude.
Come on now. Well, and he also didn't. When he was like, she was like, "Hey, can you get me my book?" And he gets the book, right? Like, why doesn't he doesn't put it in the mailbox? Like, he could have put it in the mailbox using the like interdimensional transporter they've been using this whole time. She's like, find some way to get me back the book, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna bury it in your house that you're gonna live in. He could have just thrown it in the mailbox. It was a big plot point.
a bit more pragmatic. You're a doctor, aren't you? Go buy another copy of the book, you moron.
Yeah, like the time
No,
and the time travel mechanics was troublesome. We don't have to get into it too much because, like Ryan said, like this wasn't a movie that wanted to get into the weeds with it.
Yeah, that's my entire point. It's not a time travel movie.
So, because there's portions of the movie where they're having two-way conversations. You guys probably noticed it doesn't line up with how it would actually happen. It's a red.
Yeah, they would
letters.
have to like drive all the way
Yeah, 'cause
back.
She was like, I saw this building. What's that? And he's like, oh, that's a thing building. Oh, cool. You can't have that conversation if you have to keep driving 50 miles back to the fucking mailbox. And they would have these back and forths. They're like, oh, what's that? Oh, haha, that's funny. Did you ever go there? Oh, yeah, I did go there. You can't, I couldn't imagine them writing that. And it was a little bit goofy, I think. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, it threw me out.
Yeah.
Whenever that did happen, I was like, oh, just get a phone. Like, just have this happen over phone.
Right. I wrote that down, right? Like a time travel phone, I think would be a better use to help them build chemistry, I think.
Yeah. Put a phone in there.
Put a phone in there.
Wow.
And then call her.
Oh, but then is there data coverage throughout time?
Who gives a shit? There's fucking time travel. The aliens
I know,
have
but you
figured that
send a
out.
phone through the thing. Is T-Mobile gonna like cover that? Like, is that?
I don't think T-Mobile's even implicated in that stuff. Like, it's probably not in your contract.
Yeah.
You can say, what are you doing, T-Mobile? It took me 2 years to get this call.
You should pay me, T-Mobile. Could have stopped. You could have stopped the truck splat thing that was gonna happen.
Yeah, they could have left voice recordings for each other on a tape recorder, and that would have been.
good. Yeah.
And photos. Nobody snapped any selfies in this movie. And that's one thing I thought maybe he was like waiting to see if she was hot.
Right. Or vice versa. You know.
Right. But I'm putting my perspective in.
Catfishing through time.
I mean, can you imagine if it was a catfish? I mean, since we're on the subject already, like, what do you guys think of like the chemistry of Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves?
Top of the line.
They had some good. This is their second movie in together since Speed. I think the dog was named Jack because Sandra Bullock said to name it after Jack from Speed. Like, do you guys like their interactions? I liked it. I think they had a cute back and forth.
I would agree. As much as we saw them interact throughout the movie, when he would know what he was doing or meeting her, and she was unaware of the situation, I thought it was cute.
But she was unaware.
Yeah.
There's some predatory stuff going on. But
That is
throw
kinda
that out the
creepy.
window. And
Like-
they did good. I think with the whole house party Paul McCartney scene, like there was a one shot in there that was a dialogue that was like 2 minutes long.
That was cool. Yeah,
I
I
really
was
liked
wondering
it.
if I figured you were gonna pick up on that. This,
wonder.
I wonder if it was improvised. It was just such a nice
Probably to a
moment of
certain
them.
extent, but Keanu Reeves lets his script peek out every now and then a little bit.
He looks at his pocket.
I think he just
so-
like he just kind of pauses and is like, yeah, what is yes.
He squints to look at the note card that the assistant's holding. You like Patience by
It's just a couple lines every now and I think there is some like the timing is probably all improv, but the lines are rough at least.
Yeah, and we can kind of get into this in the Keanometer, but I thought this was a strange choice for Keanu Reeves, a grizzled construction worker who kind of lives out on his own. To some extent, we didn't really talk about his performance, but I think it was a little bit of an uneven performance.
Yeah, but he's
Like, I think there
rocking the
was-
blazer over the t-shirt fit like ya boy.
Great look.
And the bell-bottom
look.
jeans.
Turtleneck and blazer at the party.
That's what
Yeah,
was a great
turtleneck
look.
and chain was heavy in this movie.
There was no chain. But a chain would have been great on them. But I think like for example, his brother, I think had more of a natural acting style, like in their scenes together. Like his brother had like a lot of sadness in his eyes and but like compared to Keanu Reeves in some of the scenes, it felt like a little bit like stilted. I think kind of wooden.
Completely agree.
But some scenes it was fine. I just think maybe he wasn't given good direction, and the dialogue was very awkward and strange. That was me and Amber were like squirming in our chairs. Like some parts were just like, oh god. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about Keanu's? Yeah,
there's this character. There's this side character in Always Sunny in Philadelphia that reminds me of Keanu Reeves in this movie so much. He's played by Roddy Piper, the pro wrestler.
Okay.
He plays Domaniac, a pro wrestler, and the gang wrestles for the troops. And he's just like this really weird, really intense guy, and he has these like weird throwaway lines, and he like looks off in the distance, and they're like, "Oh, you got any kids, Maniac?" And he's like, "Nah, not anymore." It just like walks away. They're like, okay. And I laughed so much because one time the brother is like, "Oh man, you doing some work on this house?" And he's like, "Nah, it's just got some character to it." I'm like, lighten up, dude. I'm your brother. Like,
Guys, can Keanu Reeves act?
okay.
this is
Right.
yeah.
Jace, first of all, how dare you? And second of all, maybe not in some roles. Okay, like I think he has a type, and I think he's gotten better at acting as well. But I think he's someone who needs the direction and the right type of role. In this one, I wasn't sure if this was like totally the right role and totally the right direction. Because some scenes he was good. The scene where he is sad about his father and he gets the book and he opens and he cries. I felt the emotion there. And some of the scenes where he's together with Sandra Bullock, that felt natural to me. But there's other parts, especially in that first half of the movie, man, where he wasn't warmed up with the character. Fuck, I was wondering the same thing, Jace. Where I was like, oh no, is he a good actor? Is this not a good? Like after Dracula, I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
are we blinded by our love for this man that we can't see his flaws? There are flaws. However, I don't think he's quote unquote a bad actor.
He's rich. He's obviously made it.
He's rich as shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very physical. We talked about this, right? Like the Matrix
He
is
is physical.
fine. John Wick, like,
Yes.
oh man, he kills it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and even in Bill and Ted, his whole demeanor is about like you're watching Keanu Reeves. You're not necessarily listening to Keanu
Right.
Reeves. There's a lot of listening in this movie.
He'd be a
Dial
good
back on
mime.
the listening.
He'd be a good mime. If this was like peak mime years, he would be probably the best mime I think of all time. There would be textbooks in AP US history. They'd be like, who was the greatest mime of all time? Oh, Keanu Reeves from 1876.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, it was Keanu Reeves. God, I can remember that one. But I mean, he we're shitting on Keanu, but like I do think there are certain roles where only he can play it. John Wick is one of them, I think. Matrix, Bill and Ted. In this movie, he had some funny physical comedy, I think, with the mailbox when he first discovers it, where he's like, "Oh, what the hell?" and he's like, throwing his arms in the air. I thought that was funny.
Sneeze, right?
Oh God, the sneeze was so bad.
You guys remember the sneeze?
I don't.
Oh no!
There's like this weird throwaway sneeze, right? It's like when there's like a snow. She's like, the snow. That's the it snowed.
Oh,
He's like,
shit.
snow, and he's sitting there with like his soup.
Knees were just like,
And the blizzard hits on.
It's worth watching the first 20 minutes of this movie just to like see that scene.
first
I
of all,
feel like I got so lost in being bored of knowing about these characters and their careers that seemed overly developed.
Oh,
That I got like, you guys keep talking about scenes and I'm like, do I remember any of this movie at all besides like, I'm a doctor, I'm trying to be in residency. My
Yeah.
boyfriend that I'm going to cheat on is working for a production company in Chicago.
yeah, I got the same feeling, Jace, where and this is the problem with having a rom movie where the two leads don't have a lot of scenes together, and I feel like their backstories are a little overdeveloped. Even though I liked the scenes, Keanu's whole relationship with his brother and his dad, and like that's really complex. I thought it was interesting, but I don't think it needed to be there. The dad's speech about architecture, he's like, always remember the light, and it's so important. And then I'm like, that's
I learned more about architecture than I did anything else.
Yes.
It was a great monologue, but like, why is this in the lake house? Jesus.
I just remembered. Thank you so much for saying that. I wanted to know if this movie is for architects, like every movie with a law scene in it is like for Ryan.
Okay.
where it's like, oh my god, that doesn't make any sense. And you've got this old dude rambling with like his dad's like, fucking the angles in the night. Is this movie for architects like the Air Bud courthouse scene is for Ryan?
Actually, the funny thing is, I watched the new Spider-Man movie the other day, and there's
No spoilers.
I know, but there's a really bad lawyer scene in it. A couple of them, and I was just like, no.
Maybe
It's the worst
this
part
is
of the movie.
maybe this is like an architect thing, or maybe it's like Drive and the Accountant, where this is a movie for cool architects, where they want to feel cool, right? Keanu's a cool architect who he sends time. That's not that cool. I guess we're missing that. Yeah, maybe architects. I don't know, man. Like this movie, this house was built.
Is there a cool
and
architect movie?
disassembled. I mean, just Google architect movies briefly.
Yeah, let's do that.
Architect movies that are like Drive and the Accountant.
Okay, I'm getting 0 results.
50 Shades Freed is an architect movie.
Oh, that's right. He's an architect.
He's an architect, guys. He they have sex, and that's what they do. And The Click is an architect movie as well.
Oh,
The Lake House is listed as one of the top ones.
What's the old movie? The old
Fountainhead?
Christmas Vacation. Those he's an architect on those, I think.
Oh, okay. In a way,
there's an architect series with How I Met Your Mother.
okay.
The main
And then-
character is an architect, and that's like a big deal.
In a way, like there's the Fountainhead's kind of like a cool architect movie for libertarians.
This one will surprise you. The Architect from 2016.
Literally an architect. Maybe that's it. He builds buildings for the mob, and he puts little traps in them where like
Dude,
yeah.
that would be good. No questions asked.
that
You ever wonder like,
Oh.
about how people made all those speakeasies and everything
Uh-huh.
for the mob?
Oh, is that the name
No
of the movie?
questions.
Did you just think of that name for the movie?
No questions asked?
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, that's actually not bad.
And he installs like the buttons under the table where they push and like the bottom falls
The
out.
evil player.
Yeah. Well, I thought like just for like if a client's sitting in a chair and they're like, I find your answer unsatisfactory, and they click it and they fall into spikes.
Oh.
Or whatever.
Or like a ball pit or like a
Or a
slide.
ball. Yeah, like a ball slide like Scooby-Doo. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. You guys want to get into your meters?
Sure.
Well, before we get into the meters, guys, I actually I discovered I did have a mailbox, and I did receive some letters in the mailbox from you guys from the exercise we
I
talked
actually do
about kind of
send
off
you
camera.
I actually do send you letters.
You do send me letters, and this is actually I see this is from Ryan from 2 years ago. actually. Like you sent me this
from
2 years ago.
years ago.
Yeah, from 2 years ago. Yeah.
I actually did send you a letter 1 year ago, but we don't.
You did. You send me letters all the time. And I just got this in my mailbox. I just wanted to kind of read them on camera. I thought it'd be a fun thing. I think I got one of those Keanu Reeves mailboxes. So let's see here. Pull up Ryan's letter that he sent me here.
It's
Okay.
funny. I thought you were gonna say from 20. Maybe you had one from 2024.
2020. Well, this one is. I guess I am Sandra Bullock in this situation, and you're Keanu. I do have one from Jace from 2024 that I'll also read.
Oh,
I think I'm kind of like a middle mailbox. Guys,
you're the mailbox.
I am just a regular mailbox. Ryan, it says, "Dear Diary, thank goodness I found this mailbox where I can privately hide all my deepest urges. I can't stop drawing anime porn tributes of the 1985 Dennis Quaid film Enemy Mine. There's just something deeply erotic and forbidden about when Dennis Quaid bonds with his alien counterpart and is forced to raise the alien offspring as his own. Quaid brings a sexy daddy energy, kind of like Mike Rowe from the show Dirty Jobs, but not as smug, or not like Kevin Costner, but not as unattainable. Anyways, I got to get going. My wife is pulling into the driveway. I need to pause Enemy Mine." Okay, well, that's cool. So that's from Ryan from 2020.
On topic.
And then,
I remember him writing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he had an Enemy Mine phase 2 years ago, starring Dennis Quaid, which I think ties into our possible Dennis Quaid season. And let's see here, 2024 for Jace. I'm just gonna pull this.
Let me
up
prepare
real
myself
quick.
mentally.
Yeah.
Where do I want to be?
I want to say,
Yes.
I'm so interested.
Ryan?
I guess I must have seen this movie before, but I need to go rewatch it. It's crazy what the pandemic does to your memory of old movies, but man,
Destroys it.
I'm gonna throw this on the old.
You did have an Enemy Mine phase.
Yeah,
I remember that. You're posting a lot on
wish list.
Letterboxd about Enemy Mine. Jace, let's see here. I'm gonna open this real quick. I haven't read these either. This is kind of just fresh for me too. So
Is like the surname Quaid, was it just a fad in the 80s and 90s to use as a sci-fi?
Quaid.
Yeah.
I think his name is actually.
That's the actor's name, Dennis Quaid.
His name is Quaid.
Get to the starship, Quaid.
Wait.
It's from Total Recall, but
I'm so confused. Is Enemy
Dennis Quaid's a
Mine
real man.
Enemy Mine is a real movie starring an actor named Dennis Quaid.
It says his name is Willis David, or is that his name in the movie?
Willis Davidge
is his
Dennis Quaid's character in Enemy Mine.
Okay, I'm confused about how this picture looks because I thought they normally put the character name. No, that's how it is.
Dennis Quaid.
In reverse, yeah. So Dennis Quaid is bolded.
About how Jace is confused about Dennis Quaid.
Okay, but so what about with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Isn't that where they do the? Isn't he Quaid too?
Arnold is Quaid in movie.
The movie.
Yeah.
But weirdly enough, his real name sounds more like an alien.
And this guy's real name is Dennis Quaid. And in the movie, his name is Willis
Dennis
Davis.
Quaid? Willis Davidge sounds like a realer name than Dennis Quaid, yes.
Wait, I'm so confused.
Enemy Mine's a great movie.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's name is Dennis Quaid in Total Recall.
What's his name?
Arnold's like Randy
Quaid.
That's what I'm saying. That's why my original question was.
It's not Randy Quaid.
Is Quaid
Randy Quaid's a different crazy Quaid? You guys.
Okay, so why the surname Quaid all the time?
Okay.
It's just a name.
I'm gonna Google Quaid. All right.
Quaid is Randy Quaid is the crazy guy. He's from Independence Day and the vacation movies and everything. He's a bunch of stuff. Dennis Quaid does a lot of alien movies too.
He does. Dennis Quaid is also crazy. Okay. The Douglas Quaid is
Douglas Quaid. That's why
Arnold.
Jason's confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Douglas Quaid. All right. Can I read Jason's letter?
Please.
Yeah. Okay. So what I was gonna say, I think
think
I'm probably like a farmer, or like
You've quit everything, and you're becoming a farmer.
And I'm rounding up, humans in the water war to start my colony. So let's hopefully, we're somewhere in the middle.
Ooh, anti-Mad Max.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna open this up from Jace. Excited to see. Hope the podcast is still going in 2 years. Okay, Jace. LOL, eat shit, nerd. Hope you're enjoying the pandemic while I watch Spider-Man Home Run, the baseball-themed Spider-Man movie, and share popcorn mouth to mouth with all these strangers. P.S. Be sure to eat more fiber. You're always complaining about your hemorrhoids. I've marked this sentence in red so you don't read it out loud on air. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Dude, that was a legit spit take. I was like, that's exactly what Jace would write. No, eat shit. If he knew that you were gonna write something 2 years from now, I guarantee he would write eat shit.
Yeah. Cool guys.
Yeah.
Did you guys get any letters from me or like letters from anyone else or? Am I just the middle letter receiver?
Oh, no, that's weird. I think I got an email from you.
Oh, you guys both got something from me.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be good. Yeah. Well, I remember writing something at some point, and I'll probably write you guys at some point in the future.
Oh,
so.
Mine's from a week in the future. That's weird. It's in February, the first week of February 2022.
Weird mechanic. Okay.
Jason, Ryan, I cannot tell you my location.
Mm-hmm.
I am so sorry. Editing the last episode put me onto the brink. I murdered 50 fake Spider-Men on Hollywood Boulevard, and I drove into the desert.
With all the Spider-Men?
Jace, do not let Ryan have my musical equipment.
Oh yeah, I would. That's fair. Yeah, I probably wanted to go to the Spider-Man's families.
Oh no, it says here, please burn it along with the bodies of the. There's a picture of the Spider-Man bodies.
Okay. Oh God.
Oh
Lord.
Continue. There's about 2 more pages. I'm not gonna read it.
I'm gonna issue a warning out for all the Spider-Men just to stay away from me that week, and then hopefully we can prevent a disaster. Ryan, I hope you don't hold the music stuff against me. I was in a weird headspace, I think, that week when I sent that to Chase. I wrote a letter though, like after all that.
Yeah. This one is from. So, I mean, unspeakably, I don't know.
Sure.
This mailbox is broke. I just don't check my mail that often.
Of course.
I guess I don't know if that makes sense. This letter is from 2036.
Whoa.
Yeah.
30 years in the future.
Yeah. You said my mind has merged with Cleverbot. The version of 2022.
Yeah.
I haven't paid for the premium account yet.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And it said, I'm going to write you a poem.
Okay, just be careful about reading. I don't know what I'm like if I merge with Cleverbot. Like I don't know if it's going to be kind of kosher, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah. So you said your favorite poem is "Roses are red, violets are blue. I have a gun. Get in the van."
No. Am I just like a sadist in the? I forgot about that poem. That is like circa 2006.
Yeah, that's
like sitting in the vault.
Classic Cleverbot.
Sitting in the vault.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, cool. I should probably stop using Cleverbot, huh?
Or update it.
We should update Clever. Get premium Cleverbot premium. Haven't done Cleverbot DMs in a while.
Everything's a subscription. It's Cleverbot Plus.
You get the you get the one without the slurs if you get Cleverbot Plus.
You can put the filter on.
Okay. Do we want to do this? Do we want to do the meters?
Yes.
This is the least lake house episode in existence. We're not even beating around the bush. We're just like getting in a car and driving or like 30 miles around the bush. Ryan, you got the Keanuometer to start us off.
Oh, baby. I don't know what to do. I mean, he's not bad, but he's not great. Yeah. He's one of 2 main characters. Maybe featured a little bit more. I guess he writes some letters, but they're not very Keanu-y. I don't know how to feel about it. It's kind of right over the plate. I guess I'm gonna go with a 5. I don't know if I've done another 5 yet, but that just feels right. Like it could have been a different actor. I could have gotten the same experience with like a Matthew McConaughey. It probably would have been a little bit better with someone from that Like,
A
you know,
little bit
there
of
would have been a
sauce.
little bit higher on the calm.
Yeah.
You know, this is about kind of almost as high as you can go on the Keanu calm meter.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a 5. I don't have all that much to say. He wasn't that funny. There was no like, he was a normal dude.
Yeah.
I feel
You
like
get-
we're overestimating how
Keanu-
much calm is in this movie because it doesn't. I don't think it says anywhere online that this is supposed to be a comedy.
There was a couple.
I laughed at the gag.
natural jokes.
It was a calm.
Yeah.
The guy praying in the hospital was funny, where she was like, "This guy could be dead in 4 hours," and he just like does the sign of the cross. That was pretty funny. So five Keanu heads.
Yeah, I have no real. Oh man,
You're
I'm
yawning
getting bored
as
talking
you give
about it.
give the score. That's just a damning. Okay, Jace, what do you think about?
Yeah,
Keanu?
if you just like opened up the red and the blue pill and you mixed them together and you took down the, it's right in the middle. He's not as out of place as he was in Dracula, but
Oh God.
I think maybe again, as we've talked about, the rom genre is not necessarily for me. 5. It's
5?
was nowhere near as bad as I felt like 47 Ronin and Dracula were as far as the performance goes, but he didn't make me rethink the entire rom genre.
Yeah.
It didn't blow your rom genre.
Yeah.
Like Time Traveler's Wife would have.
Okay. Have you guys seen Time Traveler? I saw that recently, and I was thinking about that the whole time. Another movie that explores I think it explores time travel a little more.
The time
than
travel
this.
movie.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Ryan?
Yeah.
Maybe it's for our time travel season. But there is a fetus that time travels out of a womb. It's somewhere else, and they never explain it. It's so fucked up.
Also, I mean, Owen Wilson too, like has a time travel movie in Midnight in Paris, so we
wow.
could come back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe time travel season. Amber actually pitched a time travel season to me.
Or
so-
Rachel McAdams. We could do Rachel McAdams time travel movies and have enough for like 20 episodes.
Is the Notebook count because it's throughout time?
I guess we're all traveling through time in that sense.
We're all traveling forward.
Every movie is a time travel movie.
Speaking of the Notebook, I actually like the
Vantage
Notebook.
Point.
Yeah, I like some ROMs in this movie. I was expecting to like it because I had seen it before. What?
Is Dennis Quaid in Vantage Point?
Dennis Quaid in Vantage Point? What the fuck are you talking?
Did I just drop another Quaidism?
Is Arnold
what-
Schwarzenegger playing a Quaid in this one, or is that the actor Quaid?
No, Arnold Schwarzenegger is not in Vantage Point.
Dennis Quaid is though.
Dennis Quaid is in Vantage Point though.
Damn.
Damn it. Wait, what did you say about Vantage Point?
It's the only non-time travel movie.
In existence? Oh, with
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams.
Well, no, I don't think she's in Vantage Point.
Wait, why are you saying it's the only oh, because it all takes place in one time?
Yeah,
Stupid.
it's derailed like way more than I wanted it to be. But I just remember
What a
that Dennis
gear
Quaid
joke,
was in
man.
Vantage
Fuck.
Point.
Okay. All right. Congratulations. Good joke. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this with this movie, I was expecting to like it just because I had seen it before and remember being emotionally affected by it. I got Mandela affected, as I said earlier. This was as bad as like if you rewatch Star Wars and like Darth Vader was like, Luke, you are my daddy. It was that.
Well,
fucking-
he doesn't ever say, "I am your father."
Right. He
Luke,
says, I'm your dad.
He says, "No, I
You're my
am
baby
your father." He
boy.
doesn't say, "Luke, I am your father."
But yeah, like I was hoping to like this more than I did. When I was watching this, and this is my movie review, I was thinking about Keanu in this role immediately right out of the gate. His first lines were very wooden and stilted. Again, like I think he was misused in this movie and maybe a little bit miscast. Originally, the role of Alex Weiler was supposed to go to John Cusack. He was kind of the first choice. I was trying to think about.
Killed it.
Cusack would have done a good job. Cusack has a Cusackness, which might have fit, where it's kind of like a little quirky, but he's kind of a straight man in a lot of his roles. But like with this one, I think Keanu didn't have the quirk, maybe to make a quirky movie like this really work. I said work and quirk a lot.
Quirk.
So this movie, I was just kind of struggling to see Keanu in this role. Coming off of Dracula, I think I was a little more relieved. I thought he had great chemistry with Sandra Bullock. It's already established that they're friends. I think that kind of makes sense. He can communicate a little bit of sadness and sorrow, I think, really easily. And I think that quality is underrated about him. But other scenes where he's supposed to be charming or when he's supposed to be kind of sexy as like this gruff construction worker, I didn't quite believe it. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to give this movie, we're going to give it the number of the bland, the number of the bleast with a 5. So I'm going to have to shoot it straight down the middle. It was an okay, uneven performance from Keanu, but unfortunately not the worst I've seen.
Yeah.
Very fair.
Yeah.
I mean, jumping into actual movie reviews, which is, I'm not going to take, I guess Keanu's performance does impart a little bit on the movie review, right? Like, that's just how it goes. But I was expecting more about the house. It's not even about the house either. They
built it.
They talk about the lake house a lot, but they never like interact with the house that much. They pull the roof back a little bit in one scene, and there's like a tree in it that's mentioned once. But I thought it was gonna be like, I don't know, when a horror movie is set in a house, the house becomes like a character. You know, there's like certain things, quirks about the house, but also Chekhov's gun aspects come into it. But that never happened here, really. It's Chekhov's bus, maybe, but like I liked the movie. Like, don't get me wrong, this is close to being like there's a couple small tweaks and just like one throwaway sentence about, oh yeah, let's rig this basketball game. A couple of those away from being really, really good. I'm going with a 7.
Wow.
I like this movie a lot more than I thought I would.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. It was exactly what it promised, right? Let's say you're going to Blockbuster back in the day and you pull out the lake house. Like, you know what you're getting. It's not like it's Point Break or something else like that, or like Action Time, or like, it's literally about something. The title is boring.
The lake house.
Yeah.
Wow. A 7. I was not expecting that. Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah. All right. 7.
We passed the sniff test. I'd watch it again if it was just on. I'd just laugh at it more.
Okay, and this is interesting because I think we predicted that this would be Jace's Sahara, but maybe it's your Sahara.
I didn't like Sahara.
You have to, well, I know, but Jace likes Sahara, and we dunked on it, and then you guys didn't like Dracula.
I had like
that was
3
my Sahara.
Saharas this season. Then.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. All right, Jace, what do you think of this movie?
I don't have anything overtly negative. More like bored or bland, and that just might be my reaction to ROMs. I think Keanu and Sandra did well together. Some of my notes, Lake House. Keanu's fat neck, chunky boy. No. The dog is time traveling. Spray fresheners in the mouth. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Major trope of early 2000s movies was to always have a...
Yeah.
I wrote, is that her real mom? I think I was confused at some point about Sandra Bullock's interaction with one of the characters. Oh, because the mom in the movie actually looks exactly like Sandra Bullock.
It does, yeah.
Tension 0 to 100 with Poppy.
Excuse me.
His daddy.
Oh, with the dad. With that's
Poppy.
good tension. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I wrote down at some point, how does the dialogue get straight to the point, but at the same time not sound at all realistic?
Yeah.
I've got some clothes and other comments about appearances. He looks really good in a vest in one scene. My final note is if Sandra Bullock knew how to run, she could have saved Keanu Reeves. But then I found out that she did, in fact, end up saving him. So I was just making fun of her awkward running form. And I'm just going to give the movie a 5.
Okay.
Fair. I mean...
Honestly, yeah, better than I expected. With this movie, I was hoping it would be another Sahara for me. I was hoping to be like, man, I'm going to defend this movie. However, I will say I was entertained throughout.
Yeah.
I found a lot of the lines to be kind of funny, even though it was really quirky and cheesy at parts. I was still invested in those characters. I wanted to see how this shakes down. And I will say, like, I like a movie that kind of has little cute Easter eggs and hints of how it's all going to turn out. Kind of like Paycheck. Even if it's like right in your face, I think it's kind of cute where it's like, oh shit, that's going to come up later. I better pay attention. I like when movies do that. It was not executed well, man. there was a lot of really, really terrible dialogue. The other thing is the camera work in this movie was like blatantly weird. Amber kind of made some statements about it too, where she was like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, why is it zooming in so much on people's faces like unnecessarily?" Or like there was that revolving door shot where it kind of spins. Some of those shots are really cool and artsy, but I don't think belongs in a movie like this. It was really distracting. A lot of really strange choices were made, and I think this is another movie where I think a good edit might have saved it, because there was some cool interactions with Keanu and his dad. I think Sandra Bullock's whole thing about kind of being like a burnt out doctor and trying to find her way in the world was also interesting. And I think maybe not enough time, or maybe too much time was spent on certain things to fuck up the pacing in this movie. I think a good edit might have saved it, because we're all talking about aspects of the movie that we like, but there's just these little things that don't make it work. And I think that's where an editor can maybe come in. So for me, I'm going to put this, I think, I'm going to say a 5.5. Okay. I'm going to do a 5.5. I think it's just a notch above the neutral for me, just because I was entertained and I was invested, man. I got to give it some props for that. Sandra Bullock did a great job as always. I would love a Sandra Bullock season at some point in the future. And then, Shori Agdashlu, I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. She's amazing in all of her roles. I love her in The Expanse. Who else was in this movie? Who played his dad? Like, was it like Terrence Stamp or something? Christopher Plummer, who passed recently. He was
Plum Dog Millionaire.
5.5.
I called him Plum Dog Millionaire when we were watching the movie, and Julie told me to shut up.
That's a good joke. So
She was like, literally nobody calls him that. she got angry.
Not a bad showing for the Lake House, honestly. Not as low as I thought we'd go.
If this was a different, if this was a different genre and it performed this way, I think I'd be pushing the movie a lot lower. Like,
yeah, you're giving it some.
If I was expecting something,
giving it the dog bump.
Yeah.
I probably should say that differently. The dog curve.
The dog curve.
I feel, man, this whole movie was kind of just out there. My favorite scene was the last scene where they go to the his brother's architecture firm. And the whole payoff there with finding out that Keanu had died previously. I think back fondly on watching that scene in the movie.
I thought that was a great scene.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
There was
we
some
put it
good
together,
scenes
and like that's one of the times when the audience and the characters are on the same page, right? Like we've pretty much, maybe we're a little bit ahead, like just a step ahead. But I've talked about this before, where maybe movies should, more than they do often, like movies like this, they should pay attention to where the audience is in the plot and where the characters are, and make sure that whatever gap that is, whether the audience is ahead or behind, you need to be very conscious of that, so that it's edited properly, to convey the right emotions. Like, if we're on the same page, you don't need to dwell. We got it. Move on. If we're behind, you need to dwell. And if we're catching up really quickly, that's your, Kaiser Soze. This movie did that. I would say it did it fine. Like, we were never way ahead and we were never way behind.
I guess I didn't know. I think in that moment, the same way Sandra Bullock doesn't know what happened to Keanu Reeves' character, I was expecting him to come in, or like they do the pass by, like the rom-com pass by, like, oh, it's been 2 years, hey, blah blah blah. So it really caught me off guard because I didn't know where the story was going, that he was dead.
Yeah.
Is that when she runs back to the house to write the letter?
Yeah.
I mentioned that
she runs back immediately. And Ryan, I was editing our Matrix episode where you kind of you stated your thesis about great movies having that moment where it snaps together with the characters and the audience.
Boom. Yeah.
At the same time, I was watching this movie and I was like, oh shit, like that's a great example.
Oh, cool.
And I think it was a cool, and like you said, it wasn't like maybe the best way to do it, but I thought it was a cool moment. And I think it made it memorable for us, where it snaps, where it's like, oh shit, he's dead. Oh shit. And then you're kind of like her, where you feel that sorrow and panic at the same time.
I think the great movies, when you think about pulling off a twist, it's a snapping motion too, where the audience is behind the curve, and there's usually a character, usually the main character, who's on the same. The audience and the characters are on the same point.
Yeah.
They're totally, they understand the events the same way, and then they both have the realization at the same time. That's usually what we consider like a twist. Fight Club did that kind of differently with like one character knowing the twist the whole time, and the other character kind of being in the dark, and we being one of the two characters. This movie, I don't know, it felt more like the movie just existed in a vacuum, and the audience was like figuring things out.
Yeah.
You know, every now and then we'd put something together, and the movie was just like, I'm just me. What happens. It's like randomly generating a roller coaster. Like, yeah, you could maybe get an entertaining roller coaster, but you should probably put thought into the drops and the features.
Yeah, totally agree. But yeah, I think those are some great thoughts. I might rewatch this movie too at some point. But this, let us know what you guys think about The Lake House. If y'all have seen it, hit us up on Instagram and Twitter. Jace, you wanna plug our socials?
Yeah,
you seem to get that. You have that down now. Yeah.
I go back to my notes where I have it written. You can send us a time-traveling message or like on Instagram at Good Boys Gone Bland.
Please put the date, just so we know.
Yeah, we and actually give us betting information because we could all really use the money.
Yes. God.
Like,
Yeah, podcasting doesn't pay as much as the media says it does.
we'll give some to you too.
Yeah. Not as much. You know, we don't make as much
Yeah.
as you think we do.
Yeah.
If anything.
Twitter, you can future or past tweet us at GBGB Podcast. And then finally, you can send us your future and past erotica fan fiction to gbgbpodcast@gmail.com.
And please make it about Dennis Quaid and Enemy Mine.
Yes, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, whose name was Quaid in that one movie. Also
Yes.
Dennis.
Or Randy Quaid.
No,
Any
please
more-
don't involve Randy Quaid.
No, Randy Quaid. Okay.
No, I
fine.
think Randy Quaid, we should definitely not involve. I don't know. I think Dennis Quaid did something. I remember him being in the news, but I think Randy Quaid's been off the deep end way before.
Randy
any of
Quaid's
this.
on the deep end. Shit. Okay.
Wait,
What's
I thought
with the
Randy
Quaids,
Quaid
man?
was
On the-
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No,
What
that's
was it?
Douglas
Wait,
Quaid.
Douglas Quaid. Shit.
Shit. Okay. The Quaids are crazy, guys. Just write the fanfics. Don't involve any Quaids, though. There. Okay. Yeah, and guys, tweet about us. Share us on Instagram. We don't really have like an advertising budget, so we rely on you guys to get the word out, like word of mouth. You guys have been super supportive and awesome with writing reviews and things like that. So we super appreciate you doing that. And then what's a good like quote from the movie to sign us out on?
Well, we need to say next week we're watching.
Speed next week.
Oh my
with
God,
our
next week.
guest for the season.
That's right. We do have a guest host. We're gonna try to do that more with upcoming seasons.
Yeah, guest host in a way.
Guest
I don't think there's many
sub-host?
hosting duties.
guest vice host, and it's gonna be Joe. It's our friend Joe, Joe Olson, and he does radio too.
Ooh, that's getting big these days. Radio.
Radio stuff. Who knows? Might have a future.
It's gonna replace the old telegram.
Yeah. So we'll have him on, and he actually does do real improv comedy. So maybe he could.
So
he
we
could
could teach
coach
him a
us.
thing or two. Yeah.
Yeah, we could teach him. We have a lot of experience all on air. And then we'll be watching Speed. I'm so psyched for Speed. It's going to be our second Keanu Sandra Bullock movie together. So that's going to be
in a
tight.
way, we're sort of going back through time.
We're lake housing
We are?
ourselves
Oh,
with
we're lake
movies.
With what was it, like 10 years? 10-year difference between Lake House and Speed?
Yeah.
That's going to be fun, guys. So please join us. What's a good sign out? What's a good Lake House quote to sign us off on?
Box in the attic. I don't
Box with all my Dennis Quaid fanfics.
I wrote that, but like, the attic is only mentioned once. Why say there's a box in the attic if?
Yeah, and that's where all his letters are. And I figured
Yeah.
she would find it later.
Right. And that would be like a thing. And I also thought about a sinister movie crossover. Turn this into a horror movie because the lake house is a great horror setting. You're trapped on the house, and maybe like
Yeah.
the bad guy like raises the bridge up or stands on the bridge. Oh shit.
Good, dude. But then still keep the mailbox where she's like, "Help me! There's a
2
murderer
years
here.
ago.
2 years in the future, there's gonna be a murderer, and help me set traps."
Damn, that's like Bill and Ted shit.
But don't catch me in them.
Don't catch me in the trap. Tell me about the traps.
Oh my god, the person
Yeah.
in the past
Yeah.
at the end of the movie is the murderer.
Oh shit! It's Keanu because he built all these traps and he's like,
so he knows how to avoid them.
yeah. Oh fuck.
And she goes up into the
Yeah.
attic and she finds all the letters
Oh yeah.
and like all the diagrams from the traps. He doesn't.
For all the traps.
Oh,
So it's trap wars. She's setting traps that he doesn't know about, but and then
yes,
and it'd be called the Lake House 2. This time it's personal.
yes.
The Danger House. It's a good movie.